a 53% pump in 7 days. The numbers this last week for not only Chainlink, but a lot of other altcoins and Bitcoin too, the numbers have been really, really good. But that being said, this video is not at all about Chainlink. In fact, we're going to be focusing on Wanchain. I only mentioned Chainlink because we all saw recently what happened with Chainlink and its token, LINK, L-I-N-K. It suddenly grabbed everyone's attention. Whales, Swift, Google Cloud, AWS, and then this massive pump that followed, arguably courtesy of Bitcoin. But Chainlink was an undervalued gem for a pretty long time, and Wanchain is exactly like Chainlink was. It's building and delivering, and it's still a very undervalued project. And that's a good thing for investors because it means we still have an opportunity to get in early at a very low price. In fact, the price is way too low for what Wanchain is doing because it's currently connecting 30 blockchains and its cross-chain bridges transaction volume is 624 million. All of this in the context of zero hacks. This one really is an altcoin gem among altcoin gems. Let's deep dive right now into Wanchain. Welcome to the channel. My name is Maddie and this is Altcoin Buzz. I am always going to wish you the best of luck if you choose to invest. Just remember that I'm not a financial or investment advisor, and so by extension, this video is not official financial or investment advice. Okay, let's begin with a little bit of context here and explore Wanchain's background because its pedigree is worth exploring. Wanchain is the OG of bridges in the crypto space. And in fact, the only reason that we call them bridges colloquially is because Wanchain named them. If you've used them, if you're familiar with them, you know how important bridges are in terms of moving money across chains. And the best characteristics of a bridge include speed, obviously a low price, and most importantly, safety, especially safety. And I'll say it again because it's worth repeating. Wanchain has never had a hack or theft on any of its bridges. And this is a space that's unfortunately known for these kinds of events. Why exactly is that? We've mentioned it before, but we wanted to dig into this a little bit further. And so we're going to be asking the Wanchain team in just a minute, but you can probably see here, there are a lot of reasons why the project and its WAN token, WAN, are undervalued and are only going to go up from here. Let me know, by the way, in the comments whether you've had positive or negative experience with crypto bridging between chains. If so, what bridges do you like? Which ones maybe do you avoid? Which ones are a safety concern for you? And if you're a Wanchain user, of course, I want to hear your feedback as well. Did you grab your free Altcoin Buzz Alpha subscription yet? If not, you better hurry because if you're an engine starter staker, you can sign up and get cash back. Join by using the link in the description below because you'll get access to our portfolio, our gems, IDOs, flips, upcoming airdrops, general strategies, Altcoin Buzz buy and sell calls, and detailed reports. Once again, you can find our link in the description of this video or the pinned comment below. So like I've been saying, Wanchain is the expert in bridges. And while we explain what they do pretty well, their team explains it even better. So we have Temujin Louie, the VP of Marketing at Wanchain, here to answer a couple of questions that we were curious about. Back now to the question of why Wanchain doesn't suffer bridge attacks that others have in the past. Obviously, it's not blind luck, but what is it exactly? Well, Temujin explains here that their collaborative approach with protocols, as well as important entities like the Ethereum Enterprise Alliance, allow for bridges to do only their most essential work, meaning they are not susceptible to hacks compared to others that have large attack vectors.
Why are other bridges so susceptible to hacks, but Wanchain isn't? So Wanchain is a big contributor on the R&D side of things when it comes to blockchain interoperability. We work closely with a variety of big industry players like Cardano or Polygon to really try to understand the breadth of needs and challenges that relate to interoperability that are present throughout the industry. We don't only focus on what we're doing, but we really try to understand the industry as a whole and the different types of needs and challenges that exist. And importantly, I think we also do our best to interface with not only Web3 companies, but also Web2 companies and traditional enterprises, because everyone has different needs and different opinions about what interoperability needs to solve and how it has to manifest. And then, with this kind of background, we do work closely with entities such as the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance. So our VP of Engineering, Dr. Weijia Zhang, he's actually the chair of the Interoperability Work Group at the EEA. So here with the other members of the EEA, we developed interoperability standards, best practices, EIPs, and once these are vetted and fully reviewed and approved, then Wanchain's bridges basically become the first public place where these best practices are implemented. So this really helps ensure that Wanchain is as safe as possible, and it's a big contributor to why Wanchain is to this day, the oldest cross-chain interoperability project that's still in operation.
And then, of course, the question arises, and we're curious about it too, does the public even recognize how secure Wanchain's bridges are? One useful indicator here to answer the question is to see whether or not bridge volume goes up after a hack on another bridge.
Did you see any impact on your cross-chain volume and other bridges got hacked? So I think users are starting to value security more when it comes to cross-chain bridging. After all of the different hacks and security incidents that we've all witnessed happen with other bridges, Wanchain's unmatched track record of security and uninterrupted operations is becoming more appealing to more users. And we see evidence of this in that, our cross-chain volume is going up. So I think people really are starting to appreciate the fact that Wanchain has never been hacked, that we've never had any type of security incidents over all of these years that we've been in operations. And so, it is kind of encouraging to see that our cross-chain volume is going up.
And right here, Temujin confirms exactly what we already thought, what we already knew really, that the public does consider safety to be crucially important. So after a bridge gets hacked, Wanchain does indeed see more volume, and rightfully so. There's also the wild success and popularity of the XFlows program. That's where you can bridge across chains, but then receive native tokens of the 4 most popular assets in crypto. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDC, and USDT. Now, currently, Wanchain bridges to 30 chains, like I mentioned. But we also took the opportunity to ask what future chains Wanchain will be adding.
Question: are there any big chains you want to bridge into? Definitely over the next coming months, we're going to be adding more and more blockchains to our cross-chain infrastructure. Today, there's just about 30 chains, both EVM and non-EVMs. In terms of the EVMs, if you want a hint about which networks are going to be joining our cross-chain infra, I would look at which Ethereum L2s become popular. I would also look at, what chains are there native USDT and USDC. These are probably pretty good targets for Wanchain. Basically, there's a lot of opportunity for synergy between our various products. So basically, as we add chains, for example, that might have native USDT or native USDC, this will also make our XFlows product a little bit stronger. So if you are the guessing type and you want to guess which chains will be added next, you can start thinking about things in these ways. This would basically cover and give you a good idea for the EVMs. We'll also be adding, more non-EVMs as well. These are a little bit slower because they're more difficult to integrate. But similarly, you can kind of look at where there are interesting assets and which non-EVMs are particularly popular. These are probably going to be the ones that we will be adding first.
Here, you got some pretty good hints of where Wanchain will go next based on either successful L2s or places where USDT and USDC are native. The L2 bridging is particularly helpful because most L2s only bridge back to Ethereum. But what if you want to bridge from Arbitrum to Polygon, or maybe Arbitrum to Optimism? With Wanchain, you save steps in the process, you save time, you save money as well with their bridges. So if it's not there already, Wanchain's fast, cheap, safe, and dependable bridges could be coming to a chain near you very soon. And while you're at it, you should definitely check out their XFlows to seamlessly move popular assets between chains. Most importantly, guys, at the end of the day with Wanchain, you know you're going to be safe.